What's your perspective then on the role the tech companies should be playing in deciding whether something is acceptable or whether something should be pulled down?
Well, I think we need to make the law much more precise and then have...
Can you legislate for something as complex as this?
Well, I think we have to, because the moment that we depart from the rule of law, then I think we're into a descending spiral on freedom of expression. And the government on this extremism stuff is really in hard water, in deep water. It's been trying for 3 years to define extremism and failed.
How would you define it?
Well, I don't think that a television programme in 2 minutes is the opportunity to do that. But if we can't do it, then it effectively lays the floor open for government to act in any way that it likes. And I'm really concerned about some of this terrorism stuff. I mean, the extremism orders that are being discussed at the moment, they are almost certainly going to criminalise people acting in ways which at the moment isn't even criminal, and ruining their lives.
Sajda, do you think that there should be clarity within the law so that it is absolutely clear what the responsibility is of tech companies when it comes to what is out there?
To be honest with you, if we have material online, and there is material online that is inciting hatred and that is inciting violence, there needs to be firm action taken.
Have you pointed up material that you've seen that you believe
Yes.
incites to what, tech companies?
All the time, through Facebook, via Twitter.
So you just press the report button effectively?
Report button, you go through the process, and I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
When I basically get hate speech hurled at me, being a Muslim, and also based upon my gender, I report it through via Twitter. Every single case, and I have reported many into Twitter, with every single case, nothing is done.
But what do you think should be done? You think an account should be taken offline if someone
If an
says
account is
something
inciting hatred, if an account is inciting violence and for the killings of communities or individuals, then action needs to be taken in terms of those accounts need to be taken down, and I'll tell you why.
Hang on, Keith wants to come in.
Yeah. Inciting violence, absolutely right, and that should be the line. But what we mustn't get into is a situation where people are offended by something. None of us have the right not to be offended, and we're drifting in that area dangerously.
Sajda, is it inciting violence or is it offensive what you're seeing and you're concerned about?
Offensive hatred and violence, and I'll tell you why. Because that hatred, and I've seen from experience with individuals, that hatred online can spill into violence on the streets.
So it's a question of where you draw the line. Where would you draw the line?
I think it's incitement to violence is the place where I draw the line.
But the issue is where can you actually define something as inciting violence? Or just saying, well, it's offensive. You know, obviously there's a spectrum of how that will be.
Well, absolutely, but that's what we have courts for, and for the juries and judges. It's appropriate to actually make that in the context of what's said and in the context in which it's made.